Hello students, today I am here with detailed explanation of the lesson from your course book A Pact with the Sun, chapter number 3, The Shepherd's Treasure. So first let me introduce you to the lesson. Students, basically this story throws light upon the importance of human values. What are human values? You have been already read in your moral science book like honesty, wisdom and humanity. Now we will try to know how a shepherd became a governor because of this, because of his honesty, because of his wisdom, thought of wisdom and humanity. So let us begin. In a village in Iran, where is Iran? Iran is in the Middle East country. It is also called Persia. And who is the president of Iran? Mr. Hassan Rouhani. So there once lived a shepherd. He was very poor. He did not even have a small cottage of his own. He had never been to school or learned to read and write, for there were very few schools in those days. Shepherd means a person who takes care of the sheep. Cottage, a small house. So, a poor shepherd who lived in Iran was so poor even he didn't have a small house to live, and he also could never attend school for reading and writing. Let us go further. Though poor and uneducated, this shepherd was very wise. He understood people's sorrows and troubles and helped them face their problems with courage and common sense. Many people came to him for advice. Soon he became famous for his wisdom and friendly nature. The king of that country heard about him and thought of meeting him. But in spite of his poverty and illiteracy, this shepherd was very wise. Shepherd was very wise. He was able to understand people's pains and people's troubled and often helped them to solve their issues with courage and wisdom. Every problem he could solve in a minute. Because of this ability, he became popular. So people used to visit him to find suggestions and solutions, and his popularity reached the king as well. So the king decided to meet the shepherd. Let us go further. Disguised as a shepherd and riding on a mule, one day the king came to the cave where the wise shepherd lived. As soon as the shepherd saw the traveler coming towards the cave, he rose to welcome him. He took the tired traveler inside the cave, gave him water to drink, and shared off his own beggar meal. The king rested for the night in the cave and was greatly impressed by the shepherd's hospitality and wise conversation. What is the meaning of disguised? An appearance that hides the actual form, hiding the actual identity. So, and what is the meaning of mule? An offspring of male gadha and a female horse. And meager, meager means inadequate, quite less in amount, very less. Hospitality, act of being friendly and warm reception. So क्या किया किंग ने? King was hiding his identity. So the king dressed as a shepherd and hiding his true identity reached the shepherd's cave. है ना? On a mule, he went on a mule to the shepherd's cave, and that moment the shepherd noticed him coming to his cave. He got up to greet him. What did the poor shepherd do? The poor shepherd greeted him, welcomed him. He brought the traveler inside the king, inside his cave, and gave him water and food. The king took rest and stayed with him for the night in the cave. And what the poor shepherd did? The poor shepherd also shared the meager meal. Meager means inadequate, very few, very less amount meal with the king. So the king was very happy. He was cheerful. He was wondering and was full of joy to hear his words. He thought that the shepherd was actually very wise, and he thought he must work for him.